Well, good evening. Good evening from Bologna. It's Saturday night here. You can see the streets are totally deserted of people. There's no one on the streets at all. It's everybody is staying locked up in their homes and apartments because of the coronavirus. No one is at the cafes, drinking prosecco or cafe, or having beautiful aperitivo at the restaurants. That one has some sushi, huh? Nice. Yeah, everybody is hunkering down, staying inside. No one is outside at all because everybody is so paranoid about the virus. I just came back from a brief visit with a friend of mine who's a pharmacist here in town and a musician, an amazing musician. He plays the music of Lucio Dalla, who was the son of Bologna, a famous musician here, and he died young, tragically. Had a heart attack in Paris when he was over there doing a performance. Yeah, you can see no one's on the streets tonight. It's deserted. It's amazing. Everybody is freaking out. Well, actually, my friend the pharmacist said that business is very good for him. Very, very good, because people are coming in, even if they have a little runny nose or something, to make sure they have all the pharmaceuticals required for fighting off the disease. I'm not trying to make fun of this. I know that people are being hurt. Oh, bambino. People are being hurt, and people are being are dying from this. It's a serious thing, but it's important to keep it in perspective. So one of the things that this city, Bologna, does on the weekends is they close the streets. They close the downtown streets to the automobiles, and everybody uses the streets as a place to walk. The cafes move their tables outside. This is a typical Italian pizzataglio place, a place where you buy pizza by the slice, and it's nice. It's a nice place to grab a little bite to eat. They sell it by the slice or the kilogram. We're walking kind of in the general direction of Piazza Maggiore. We're going from the Due Torri. They're not lit up tonight, so you really can't see them. But the two towers are the symbol, one of the symbols of one of the iconic symbols of Bologna. Yeah, it doesn't really seem, people don't seem like they're very paranoid here. They seem like they're enjoying life. The cafes are full. The buskers are out on the streets. Now, there are some closures. The museums closed this weekend. They were closed. And apparently they're going to reopen on, most museums are closed on Monday anyway. They're going to reopen on Tuesday. So, the dog wanted to sniff my legs. What a beautiful night. It is the last day of February in 2020, Leap Day. And we're going to walk down we'll walk back and walk through the back streets in the old quarter here, and we'll do a little review of people having their dinners al fresco. I don't know if you can tell, but we're in a part of the city. Actually, most of this city has porticos. So even on a rainy day or a hot day, when you walk down the street, there are shady spots to walk. Excuse my cough. Yep, It's another beautiful night in a beautiful city. I don't know if I can get through this this little street here. Oh, I guess I can. There's lots of people here, but we'll find our way through. This is a quadrilatero. It's the old part of the old narrow streets of downtown Bologna, the centro of the city. Yeah. We're outside of a really popular bar here. This is probably the exact opposite of what the epidemiologists are recommending, to stay out of crowds. But you know, you only live once, and you might as well have a good time while you're doing it, huh? Ciao Lisa.
E io vengo giù.
Scusa.
Se non li sai,
I know at least one person watching this knows exactly where I am right now, in a beautiful part of the old city of Bologna.
A meno che non siano dentro, ma mi sembra strano.
Yes, everyone has stayed home tonight because they're so worried. The city is abandoned by people. Piazza Maggiore. And this is a beautiful Piazza Maggiore. And even late at night, there's a busker on the street. Actually, not so late at night. Lisa. Selfie takers.
Just like a couple of times, run across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me young, you make me feel as though sing to be sung, dance to be wrong, wonderful thing to be flung. And even there I'm old and grey, I'm gonna feel where I do today, 'cause you
We'll probably lose our ability to lose our ability to play the video on Facebook because there's probably copyrighted music. The beautiful Statua Nantuno with the first time I came to this city, the statue was shrouded. It was in the process of being rebuilt and replumbed, and now it's doing all of its fountains are running like they're supposed to. The mermaids are sprouting their water, and Neptune is doing what he's supposed to do. Over here, this building across the way with the projections on it is the Sala Borsa. It's the borsa is purse in Italian, or bag. It's the former stock exchange. Now it is the public library, the downtown public library. It's a beautiful library. I've been in a lot of libraries, as some of you know, because I've traveled with Cycling for Libraries in the past, and I've been in some very beautiful libraries in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in Scandinavia, but this really is, I think, the most beautiful library I've ever seen. Also, it's interesting because when they were rebuilding the library, and the building's been several things. It was a basketball court. It was a it was a basketball court. It was a stock exchange. But when they were rebuilding the building and working on the foundations, it was discovered that under the building were the ruins of a Roman settlement, and so now the Sala Borsa has in its basement, it has the Scavi. It has a archaeological dig, and you can pay a couple euros and go down and wander around on walkways under the library, and you're walking across the site of a Roman settlement. It's pretty cool. There are a lot of stories I could tell about this statue that I've learned, but I won't because why should I do that? We'll walk up here on this beautiful street up here, and I want to show you, those of you that are watching, I want to show you the home. I mentioned before that I visited with a friend who had played music in the past with Lucio Dallo, the famous songwriter and singer of Bologna. We'll just walk up to the location of his apartment. Actually, I understand he had a house somewhere else, but this was his city house, because if you're a famous singer, you need to have two. Lucio Dallo died. I think the anniversary of his death is maybe this Wednesday is when it's going to be. And my friend the pharmacist, who's also a musician and plays tribute music for Lucio Dallo, he invited me to come listen to his band, but sadly I'll be in Milano that night getting ready for a flight the next day back to Florida after just a little over 2 months in this beautiful country. No, not tonight. It's closed tonight, and I'm not exactly sure. I was in the library today to read the newspaper and have some coffee, because of course, like every other European library of size, they have a cafe in the library, and you get a nice cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever. And so I was there to have a cup of coffee this afternoon, and I noticed that the Scavi was closed, so I didn't get to go this time. I'm here until I leave sometime Wednesday for Milano, so I will try to get back down there and visit it. I really do appreciate the fact that the library preserved the preserved the site so well. Yep, you can see everybody's concerned about not being out in public. Such a beautiful. This is actually one of the more fancy streets in the city, and it's a street that's got some of the international brand stores on and stuff like that. Bologna is a pretty wealthy city, and many people who live here live very well because it's a city of wealth, of course, right now because of the lack of tourism in Italy and so on. A lot of folks are having problems. They're not able to make as much money as they can. I do want to say, though, that in the cities that are blocked off right now, that are locked out because of the coronavirus, the government announced that they would not be collecting taxes in those cities, that they would be doing things to help people who couldn't make their energy payments and things like that, which is pretty wonderful. Well, I'm going to turn the corner here and I'll show you something really beautiful in this next piazza. And then I'm going to call it a night and go have a little glass of wine and, call it an evening. When I was here last winter during this same time, so what you see up there, this is called La Ombra del Lucio, and it's the shadow, and you can see a shadow of the famous singer who lived in this neighborhood, in this quartiere. Over here, there's a little street art of the man. And last year, when I was here at this time, there were tribute bands playing in the square, and people walking through the city, playing the music, singing the songs of Lucio Dallo. Jerry asks what the signs are above you. No, they are for the winter. They are, I suspect, the words to a song, and it's not a song that I'm familiar with, but they're the words to a song. And last year the words were to the song Ciano Severa. Ciano Severa, I'm sorry, my Italian is not very good, but it's the kind of the New Year's song, I guess is what you would call it. Lucio Dallo, you should look him up, and you would find his music is pretty amazing. He played, in his unique style. So yes, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of rock, different styles of music. So, well, I'm going to say buonanotte, arrivederci. Buona serata to everyone, and hope that you, wherever you are having a good evening. And remember to wash your hands often and drink a lot of water, and we'll all get through this craziness just fine. For those of you in Florida, I hope to see you this next week, and if all the travel gods and goddesses are in my favor, I should be home on Thursday. Ciao. I'll put this up, by the way, I'll put up this live broadcast on Facebook if I can. They'll probably cut out some of the music that the busker was playing because they have like automatic copyright monitors. But oops. Okay. Buonanotte.